And we would like to welcome back the Indicator Profile Series. Lots to talk about. Let's do it. Today, we will have the RMO. It is the Rahul Mohindar Oscillator. Sounds Indian, is Indian. I think this is the third, I want to say, Indian-based oscillator we have talked about here really on the entire channel. And every time we do, it's pretty damn good. There was Tushar Chande, and then there was another one. But anyway, we've been gone a little bit. The last one we showed you was a paid version. There was actually another free Indicator Profile Series indicator that I personally missed. I was not able to make the video for the first time ever, really. Sorry about that. It's called R squared. So we're not going to do a video on R squared, but if you go to the blog at stonehillforex.com, this was a pretty good one too. Definitely go check it out. I know most of you go straight to the blog from here anyway, so once you're there, we will have a full write-up on that one too. But as far as the RMO goes, let's get into that. But first, if you're new, welcome. This is the premier indicator channel in all of YouTube. Always was, always will be. However, we do things a certain way here. We say things a certain way. If you're not familiar with that, you're going to be lost. So go here. Go to nononsenseforex.com. Read that first page. Watch that first video. Get yourself caught up. It's going to take a while, but like all good things, it is going to be worth it. You will have a superior trading system for the rest of your life. And that's worth something, right? But for those of you who are caught up, let's go ahead and get to the specs of the RMO. The year is going to be kind of a range here, anywhere from 09 to 011. We really don't know, but we know it's in that range. It's going to be a confirmation indicator. The subtype we landed on was a zero cross. You're about to see what I'm talking about. And then as far as exits go, I mean, you always could, but there are so many better options out there. I simply would not. But let's take a look at this thing, and you'll see why it took us so long to test. I mean, there are a lot of different ways you can take this guy. When you have a histogram, which is pretty much a line in itself, you see this pink line tracing it, and then you have the green, and then you have the gold. That is a lot to contend with. And when you're testing these things, you actually have to test it like 6 different times and find out which little magical combination works the best. And we did that. Care to guess which one was the winner? Well, I gave it away a little bit. It is a zero cross with the green line, believe it or not. Now, when you get this, hey, feel free to test this any way you want. A lot of those lines with the 2 lines cross and turning it into a zero cross actually performed fairly well, but we're not going to sit here and show you all of those. We're only going to show you the best of the best, and this is the one that won. So if you somehow forgot, when the green line crosses and closes above the zero line, that is your signal to go long. And then when it does the opposite, that is your signal to go short. Let's go ahead and see how it did. Before we do that, just know that no matter what you see, it only really matters how it performs in your system, so make sure you do that. We try to show you indicators with the best potential out there based on just testing them alone, but a lot of good that does if it does not perform well in your own system. So please, please, please make sure you're doing that. Also, if you don't know how to do that for some reason, we got you so covered in the description. For starters, we have an MT4 testing tutorial in my automation blog, which will be linked down below. We have the blog to this indicator, which you're really going to want to see because there is that R squared indicator hiding for the real ones to uncover. The people who try to speedrun these videos, they're going to miss that. You will not. Also, for the RMO and the R squared, Dan's going to have a corresponding video on his YouTube channel. You may have already seen the one for R squared. If you follow Dan's channel, you should follow Dan's channel, and he will give you some bonus information there. Now, if you want to submit an indicator while we're here, I should mention, there's a special email address where you do that. If you simply put it in my comments section, we don't pay attention to it. But if you send it to Dan directly, we do. And a handful of those have made the show. We haven't had one make it so far. So step right up and send us what you got. And then as always, more popular than AI, I think. I haven't run the numbers, but it's the link to the indicator library where you can download the RMO, where you can download R squared, and you can download every single indicator we have done here on the Indicator Profile Series. Let's go ahead and get to the actual results for the RMO, starting with EURUSD. So, a bit pedestrian as far as what we show you here in terms of ROI. But I think you probably noticed something a bit bananas here, and that's going to be this win-loss ratio. My God, can you do something with that? I'll bet you if you apply yourself, you can. So we're talking like 19 out of 20 signals were winners. But you will have to contend with, I wouldn't really say you have to contend with this. That's still pretty good. But 7 signals a year, and then you put more pieces on, the number of those signals are going to go down. This is going to be for traders who don't mind getting only a few really great signals per year on one symbol. Moving over to gold, more signals, better results. This is actually pretty strong for gold. Our average has kind of been operating around like the 13 to 15% range. You're getting almost 18 here. We actually really like this one for gold traders. Let's move over to the S&P. Quite good, actually. You just barely get any signals. So it's a trade-off, you know. Now, those signals don't miss, and they give you a really nice percentage for the S&P. But there's just not a lot of them. So decide what you want to do there. On to Bitcoin. I would say these numbers are about average for Bitcoin, but a healthy amount of signals and a really strong win percentage to boot here. So there are certainly some opportunities with this one and the R squared. So a bit of a 2-for-1 this week, but stick with us. We have so much more coming down the pike. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. The Indicator Profile Series is officially back. We have the 10-Minute Contrarian Investing Podcast every Saturday and some pretty cool stuff coming up this year as well. And you're not going to want to miss out. It's all things finance, coming at you from very different angles, which actually work. Where else are you going to find something like that? Nowhere. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. We'll see you soon, and go get it.